What's up, guys? We are hiking in the North Carolina mountains in the western Piedmont of North Carolina. Today we're going to be looking for some cool things like red efts, which are a type of newt, one life phase of a newt. We're going to be looking hopefully for snakes up on the mountain, and who knows what else we're going to come across. So join us on this adventure and let's find some cool stuff. Chance and I almost literally stumbled across this beautiful gravid female timber rattlesnake. Now, we didn't want to harass her or mess with her too much because she was clearly gravid and it takes them quite a while to reach sexual maturity. So we didn't want to do anything that would cause harm to this beautiful animal. So we just left her on her way, and she slid under a rock a little while afterwards, and we just watched her until she did. What an awesome, beautiful animal. Alright, so today's objective was to hike through good habitat and find pit vipers. Now, the pit viper that our target was today was the timber rattlesnake, and we found one about 5 feet from where I'm sitting right now, sunning on a rocky outcrop. But it got away and got into this scrubby bushes over here, and so it got away pretty quick, and we couldn't really get enough to film him good. But while we were looking for him kind of slither away, we saw this southern copperhead. Now, we filmed them last week, so I'm not going to talk about them a ton, but one thing that's interesting about them is copperheads and timber rattlesnakes will often occupy the same niche, and what they'll do is they'll occupy the same area, they'll compete for the same food, they'll even occupy the same habitat when they hibernate in winter. So they'll go down the same rocky crevices and they'll congregate together a lot of times over winter in certain areas like this. Now, so it's not uncommon to find them together, and it was really cool for us to find them both within a 5-foot radius of one another today on the same spot of good habitat. We're just going to leave them and let him go on his way because, again, they are great animals and we don't want to really mess with them too much. We don't want to stress them out, but it was just a great find and it's a great animal.
I'm Chance, and this is Plants with Chance. Right here we're looking at American holly, and it grew up here, but it hit the rock. And miraculously it shot out like an elbow and shot up there so it could get more sunlight. Isn't that awesome? The American holly is very mean to my feet. There's a soft ridge in between your feet that really hurts when these holly leaves shed on the ground, and they seem to shed right when I'm gonna walk barefooted in the mountains. They have these little spikes that stab right in the soft parts of my toes and sole, and it hurts. Come on, guys. Look at this poor American holly. It's got graffiti all over it. This is God's creation. Keep nature pristine for the rest of us. Okay, guys, this has been Plants with Chance. This is the American holly. Please respect nature and keep the graffiti off of the rocks, the trees, everywhere, and pick up your trash because we want to leave the place looking beautiful for everyone else. Until next time.
Alright, what's up, guys? I am with what I believe to be one of the most beautiful amphibians in the whole southeast, the eastern red-spotted newt, Notophalanus viridescens. Now, this animal has a really interesting life cycle. So they start out as an egg, and that egg turns into an aquatic larvae. The larvae turns into this eft phase, which is the bright orange phase that they have, where they live on land for up to 7 years. And from there they transform back into an aquatic adult phase where they swim around in water, they do their breeding in the water, and most of them live out the rest of their life as an aquatic adult. There are some adults that are in a terrestrial phase that live on land that are much darker than the efts and look probably more closely related to the aquatic ones, but with more granular skin. Now, these guys are really cool. At all phases of their life cycle, they are poisonous. But at the eft phase, which is what I have right here, the orange brightly colored phase, they are 10 times more poisonous than any other phase of their life cycle. Now this is a really cool feature for design. You see, this animal was designed with this bright coloration as a warning sign to deter animals from eating him. And so if an animal does make the mistake of preying on this animal, they're gonna pray that they didn't, because it's gonna taste really bad, and in some cases it can actually kill certain animals if they eat them. Now, like I said, at all phases of their life cycle, they are poisonous. The adults are obviously 10 times less toxic than these guys, and so some animals can eat them, like bullfrogs and the occasional garter snake, things like that. But this is a beautiful, beautiful animal. Now, it cruises around in the terrestrial environment and mountains and all over the southeast, and it eats things like slugs and snails and worms, just small invertebrates. Now, he is just a really, really beautiful animal, and that's the best thing I could say about him. Him being poisonous, unlike a viper or a snake that would inject you with venom to cause the pain and the problem, you know, from getting bit, this guy is poisonous, so you have to ingest him to actually get the poison from him. And that's the difference between poison and venom. You see, venom is injected, whereas poison is ingested. But again, I can't say enough about how beautiful and how amazing these animals are. I'm truly excited that we found one to show you guys today. Alright guys, Stan Lake here. You've been watching Catching Creation. Hope you've enjoyed our adventure this week. We got to find a timber rattlesnake, which was our target this week. And I was on cloud 9, like right now I was on top of a mountain, we found it. But as soon as that thing got away, and I didn't really want to mess with it too much, because we are in a state park, and it got away, I was pretty discouraged. So what do you do when you're discouraged? Leave a comment below and let me know what you do, and I'll tell you what I do. What I do is I pray to Jesus and I ask him to comfort me. Scripture says he'll give us peace that surpasses our understanding. So if you're having a moment where you're discouraged, I encourage you to talk to the Lord and ask him to help you through the situation. Now, until next time, we're going to come back and we're going to find that rattlesnake or another one in another place, and we have some great points we want to make about those beautiful animals. But until then, we'll see you later.
Thanks for watching this installment of Catching Creation. If you just can't get enough of these adventures, I encourage you to go to catchingcreation.com/store, and you can see all the other stuff that we've filmed, the children's books and devotional books that I've written, and all other things that will help encourage you not only in your walk, but that you can give to other people to encourage them. And as always, please feel free to be a part of our adventure. Share us on Twitter, share our adventures on Facebook, subscribe to the newsletter and the blog, and stay up to date with all that's going on with Catching Creation. Until next time, I'll see you later.